Good afternoon. Yeah, I had to do a big sigh of relief because, as you can see, I'm putting a virtual background because today in the evening I have a meeting and it has a virtual background. And for some strange reason, I have never successfully been able to put a virtual background. So if this video works, I'm going to upload it as it is, and I hope everything goes on well. Anyway, having done a comprehensive picture of my current finances through analysis of my cash flow, savings, debt, investment, and other elements of my financial life, here is my financial planning and goals as promised in last week's video. Before we commence, I need to hope that you had a lovely last week and that everything is going on great with me. For me, I am fantastic. I've got nothing to complain about. And yeah, also I need to add that currently my only cash flow I have is my income. No, I do not choose to look at my fixed saving plan because if for 4 years I've only earned 1% interest. Yes, I know that sounds very ridiculous, and especially if I give you the amount that I put and the interest. But because of high taxation, that is not the best thing. Anyway, here are my financial goals. Okay, now there are two things I'm planning to do in January. That is this January, and that is in the next 1 or 2 weeks when I go home. First is that I've always had the dream of investing in government securities. That is treasury bonds and treasury bills. To do this in this January, I will need to open a CDC account with central bank. Okay. And then I'll also need to monitor the upcoming bond prospect available on the Central Bank of Kenya website to find the right opportunity for me. Once I do that, I need to coordinate the opening, everything. Once I have an account, everything, then and I find the right bond for myself once the government open, I will need to complete an application form and then get the auction results. If I'm successful, I'll do payment and wait for the maturity. For the government bond, it will depend on the type of bond that I want to choose, whether it is either fixed coupon treasury, which means the associated interest with the bond will not change over the bond's life. Okay. Infrastructure bonds, which means for specific, they're used for government projects and typically see a lot of market interest because the returns are tax exempted. And I'm not sure I want to go for the third option. That is a zero coupon bond, which, okay, they're similar to treasury bill, but they're typically issued for a short period. So I want something for a long period, like a minimum a year, but I'm looking at maybe 3 to 5 years and see how that goes. So either it will be fixed coupon treasury bond or infrastructure bond. Okay. The second thing that I need to do is that I need to build a house in my parents' land. Yes, I have my own piece of land thanks to my dad who sold for me land very cheaply. And my neighbors are building mansions. So because I don't want to compete with my neighbors and I don't want just to put a structure for the sake of putting a structure in my own land. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put my own house. It's not going to be a house actually. It's basically going to be a room because I need to contribute to building between for me, my siblings, and my niece and nephew. That way, we each can have our own room and we all stop coexisting in my parents' house. Okay. Also, it will offer me privacy and maybe should, because our job security are no longer there. We don't have, I don't know what the future holds. And if I choose to return back to Kenya, I can always have somewhere where it's private. And should I choose to do remote work, I can always do from there as I'm building my own house. Okay. Next this year, I'm going to be 42. And my only retirement plan at the moment is finish my doctorate and start teaching people online. Ideally, it's a good plan until you realize that maybe there are not that many opportunities going to be there when I am retiring in the next 10, I'm hoping 10, 15 years maximum. Okay. So I have a retirement account, but it is zero. I opened it 20 years ago, and imagine 20 years, it is zero. So now I need to start depositing cash, okay? And it will be a mandatory deposit, and I don't want to push my current salary because it's not there. But if I get a promotion, whatever I get as the difference of promotion is going to go because I've already shown I can survive with what I have there now. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll try at least, even if it's 100 Qatar riyals, even if it's 500 Qatar riyals every month, start depositing in that whatever. For I need to start keeping track of my money again. This is something I used to do 2, 3 years before post-COVID, but then once I started having the mental issues, depression, and getting the whole negative thing, I stopped. However, I've comfortably survived. I have done things which I never thought I would do. For heaven's sake, I'm doing a doctorate, and the whole thing is gonna cost me about 13,500 USD, including getting my master's certificate. So, if I can really be able to do this, and I can be able to see where my money is going, I can be able to also develop medium, intermediate, and long-term goals for. So why I want to do it is that the recommended is 5-30-20, but for me that I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot just say, oh, I'll take home this, I'll do this. No, I cannot take half of my budget, but I'll start utilizing whatever I want. Okay. Which brings me to point number 4, which is budgeting for emergency. This I've always been doing it. I've always had an amount of money that is always in my account. And if any of my friends borrows, I'll give it to them. And it has always been like my emergency dump. But sometimes I used to skip months. I used to say, no, no, no. So the rule of the dump is from this January, even if it's 100 Qatar riyals, that translates to about 44,000 Kenya shillings. Even if it's that every month, I'm going to do it so that at least every month I have something towards emergency. The 6th one, I already did it. It was very, very difficult because my previous bank was pain in my, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, I consolidated my current loan and my credit card loan, okay, so that I can have it in one. And then because the bank used to follow the central bank interest, I went to a fixed interest so that at least I know that for the next 4 years, I am paying the same amount. But should the central bank Qatar interest rate drop, I can always do a top up, even if it's just a small amount, so that I can reduce the interest. This way, it will enable me tackle my my loan, which I have been tackling since I don't know for the past 5 years, 4 years. Anyway, it did a lot. Then the other thing is that I need to start investing in building my future goals and growing my financial well-being. Like I said at the beginning, I want to build my own life, but I don't just want to build any house. I want to build something that I can comfortably retire in. And if I don't want to retire in, maybe I can rent it out and then it's something I get in, but at the same time match the property value of my neighbors. So even if it means again putting aside 100 Qatar riyals towards this project, I'm going to go it. Eventually, in 5 years, what I want to see is that I want to increase my contribution towards my retirement. Also, I want to be able to have a pad for my emergency fund in such that I have at least 6 months living expenses should anything ever happen. Also, I want to use insurance. I want to get insurance so that I can be able to protect my financial stability. But at the same time, I want to get a financial coach and increase my financial knowledge. The other thing that I want to do is that I want to update my estate planning. It's already been there, but it has been outdated, and there are some people who were born between the time when I did it and when I did not do it. And maybe I've always wanted to adopt kids. I might adopt kids in the next year. Let's see how the promotion thing goes. So I need to go and update and put everybody in order. I also need to provide my parents with actual clarity of my current finances and how I manage my affair in case of anything. Now, through all this, I expect to be more confident about my finances and navigating bumps like the current recession and inflation. And should my income also increase next year, maybe I'll start something entrepreneurship or I'll get a promotion or move to another company, whichever finds it easy. The extra income I'll be able to better manage it than buying more new clothes. I do not have space for new clothes or shoes or new anything. Anyway, Let me tell me your financial plans, and together let's see how we can do it. I'm think there's something I'm thinking about, and I don't know if you guys are interested. Just let me know after you do this video. Is that I want to have a giveaway in Toastmasters. We have a segment whereby I can be able to teach people. What is it called? The elements of the Toastmasters journey, what it entails, but to non-members, and it's called a speechcraft. Okay, so I need to speak to my VP about it, but I can be able to get a package for 5 people through this as I'm teaching, because I need to change my writing. I'll be able to do so. This is specifically for non-Toastmasters because Toastmasters can always be mentored. But should you feel that you can comfortably conform to an 8 weeks plan, yeah, for you it's gonna be free. I'm just gonna give you the logins, and that you can do this every Friday. We're gonna be doing this on Fridays. Okay, so you need to, okay, maybe I can consider Saturday, but in the afternoon, not morning, because in the morning, my Saturdays are like going out and treating myself. Just let me know. If I get 5 people, we will be able to do this. And if I get more people, it will be a giveaway. Just let me know what you think about it. All in all, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. And let me know about the virtual background. What do you think about it? See you later. Bye bye.